Bros USA, yeah!
This is Car Bros Podcast, episode 11. Double digits.
We made it past 10.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Yeah. So, anyways, last night after we finished recording episode 10, I was driving home and, it was 10 at night or something. So I'm just driving along and I see a E46 convertible BMW.
Nice.
Yeah.
Which you don't really see those a lot anymore.
Not so much. Not an M3.
No.
Just,
it was like a 330 or worse.
Probably not.
or worse.
Probably wasn't.
But anyways, it's just driving along. I'm like, oh, that's kind of unusual. And then, like, as I get closer, like, there's 3 guys in it,
Nice.
like, probably in their 20s.
Nice.
Cruising out for the night.
Yeah. Younger 20s. And
Saturday night, right?
Yeah.
And
Dang.
yeah, and I just got to thinking, like, man, 3 guys in a convertible, like,
3 guys in a convertible is rough.
Yeah. The one awkward guy in the back seat.
Yeah, who goes in the back?
the one guy in the back was like he pretty much had to take up like the entire back seat.
Yeah.
You're almost always, like, every time I see that, they almost always are trying to, like, they're trying to make the most of the situation, you know? It's like the arms are almost always outstretched. Like they're trying to look like, I chose this.
Yeah, I'm fine with riding in the back.
Like, I'm fine with this. And like arms stretched out, like kind of like nestled in the corner, like it's a couch. It's like, hey, if anyone wants to get back here with
There's
me,
room for one more.
Yeah. No, I've seen
one more.
I've seen 4 guys in like a Mitsubishi Eclipse convertible, which I'm sure the back seat's even worse than an E46.
that's
but
pretty
like,
rough.
And like the dudes in the back seat are just like they're constantly like looking around at other people. Like, are they checking us out? Like, do we look cool?
Yeah, how's this look?
Yeah.
I just wonder like what's going through their head. Like we roll up, we're all in the car, and some girl's like, "Oh damn,
Yeah, only one of you ladies. We got room for one.
which one of us do you like?"
The lucky one. Can you imagine if they like advertise that car? Because anytime you see a convertible advertisement, it's like a man and his wife on like Highway 1. Can you imagine advertising where it's just 3 guys?
Or 4.
Yeah. Just that scene. The new E46 convertible. 3 men just chilling. Go have fun in it.
It would be very progressive.
Go get coffee.
If they did.
Speaking of which, though, I actually like the E46 M3 convertibles. I think those are pretty cool. Yeah, maybe not for 3 guys.
If it's like me and 2 chicks, then yeah,
it's like
that's really cool.
I think those things look pretty good, and they're pretty cheep because no one wants the convertible.
I don't really see those things very much.
Yeah, anytime you see one, it's like they're like half off. And it's like it's a pretty good looking convertible, and people are like, "Oh, like it's not as high performant," because I'm sure it's not.
Yeah.
It's like, who cares? It's an old M3.
I think like BMW convertibles in particular have that like very strong like yuppie.
yeah,
like any 3 Series.
A 3 Series
convertible.
convertible is pretty bad.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, all of them, even the E30 convertibles, like they're pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
If you can get past that. Yeah, all of them, and the new ones, the hardtop.
Oh yeah.
Convertibles.
The power ones.
But yeah, I've never seen one where it's like the person driving it didn't kind of look like a tool.
Yeah.
And you could be the one to change that.
But they could be
You
cool.
could do it.
Yeah, they could be neat.
Yeah. So
Yeah, dudes in convertibles.
it was.
That reminds me of when I was driving to, where was I? I was going to the beach, but it wasn't Monterey. It must have been a different trip. And a 1M passed me, a BMW 1M.
Was it orange?
No, it was white.
What?
And it was like, I was in the slow lane in the 4Runner, and it passed me, and it was like, he's going pretty fast. Like, not super fast, like 80, 85. And I tried to catch up and, like, couldn't really. Just because I, like, wasn't... Like, I didn't really want to, like, commit to chasing him down. But it's like, it sucks when you'll see, like, something cool on the highway that, like, passes you, and you're like, oh, man, I want to, like, hear this thing, and you can never quite catch up to it. For like whatever reason, there's like traffic or something.
Yeah, that happened to me when I was driving over here. I mean, like I was just driving in the Challenger, and then I saw like some guy on like a '69 Camaro,
Oh yeah.
like going the same way, and I was like, oh, like I'll like pull next to this guy and like check this thing out. And then there's a bunch of other, like Prius and fucking RAV4. I'm like, why the fuck are you guys on the road? Like, where the hell are you going?
Yeah.
Like, get out of my way.
Get out of my way. I'm trying to listen.
Sunday morning,
Yeah,
like,
I'm just trying to like check out this car,
Trying to listen to a car.
show him mine,
Yeah.
and then you're just fucking there driving in your Prius.
Yeah. You know what's weird? Like I don't condone this kind of behavior, but at the same time, like when you're next to something pretty cool, like there's a GT350 near the beach. I was going surfing a couple weeks ago. And we're in traffic, but every time traffic opened up, he kind of like punch it. And like, if he was in any other car, I'd be like, look at this asshole. But like, if it's something cool, it sounds good. You're like, yeah, like,
do it again.
turn down the music, windows down.
Yeah.
You're like, punch it, bro. Like, hell yeah. It's like anytime as long as they're not being dangerous.
Yeah, it's kind of funny like how quickly you can change from being like super uptight to like, oh damn, that's sick.
Yeah, it's like it depends on the car.
Yeah.
I think because like another time I was on the freeway and there was a guy in a C7 Z06, a brand new one, and he was coming up. I was in the middle lane, he's in the fast lane, and he was coming up like fast enough where it's like, oh, here comes something. And I'm just like staring at him in the rearview mirror or in the side mirror. Like, and he must have noticed. He was like, damn. And I like crack the window. He's like, just in case.
Yeah.
And he gets next to me and just punches it from like 75 to like 110. Just lays into it past me. And I was just like, dude, you're awesome. Like, I was so stoked. It's like, hell yeah, that was great.
But if that
man.
was like an RSX or something, you'd be like,
Yeah.
you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It was like a Civic. Yeah. This asshole.
Yeah,
He
it's like
total.
the Jeep gets a lot of attention. Like I don't
Regard.
understand it. Like I'll just be driving to Target. Like when I was driving to Target, and it was like a double left turn, light, and I was in the rightmost left turn lane, and then like a Z01 Camaro like pulls up next to me,
Nice.
and like I'm looking at it, and like I'm guessing he's looking at me. Then we both turn left, and like the second we get straight, like he like thinks I'm gonna race him, but it's like, no, you would just destroy me. But he just fucking punches it, and I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Yeah. Get
If
it.
it sounds good.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, thank you.
They get a free pass.
It's like a little gift. Yeah. Okay, so the actual topic of this podcast.
Oh, that's right.
I thought would be I can't remember if this was just an idea or someone suggested it. I think it was just an idea, but
Yeah.
cars that we each like that most people don't like our closet,
Coming out of the
our closet cars, and then cars that we don't like that people like. But I'm gonna have to think about that one because I'm not sure I have one.
Yeah.
You'll get there.
Yeah. But cars that we do like that people don't.
Who's there?
I can start.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I feel like I have a pretty good one. The I don't know what year actually they are. Maybe 01, whatever, early 2000s to mid 2000s. Lexus SC 430, the
Pebble Beach.
convertible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things are sweet. I like them. They're very elegant. They're very classy. That's what they were supposed to be new, and they still are. People say they kind of look like bathtubs.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
I
the
don't
looks are
agree
very
with.
subjective.
I can see that.
Yeah.
But like, that's just a cool car, and that powertrain is like solid and reliable. That V8's like silky smooth. I don't want. I mean, I don't know.
I don't want one, but I like one.
Well, it's like I wish I was like
Lame.
I wish I was like a middle-aged mom.
Like that's what you would drive.
Yeah, because I've seen like middle-aged women driving. I'm like, that's a classy bride.
Yeah.
It's like cool.
Well, the one good thing about those is like that's probably one of those cars. It's like guaranteed to be have been taken care of.
Yeah.
You're not going to buy that off like its
Nobody.
eighth owner.
Yeah, maybe some Coke dealer somewhere.
What's that
had
one
one.
YouTube video you found, like the unorthodox unboxed like review of the
Oh, yeah.
SC430? It's like one of the best
Oh,
videos
right.
ever.
That's One of my favorite YouTube channels. Check them out.
Yeah.
I mean, just by telling you this, it will spoil it, sort of.
But
the channel's called Unorthodox Unbox.
and they're not popular.
It's
They have
like
like 40 subscribers.
yeah,
or
they have like 36 subscribers, and they've been making videos for 2 years.
Yeah.
And they have like 10 videos. It's like, if you think our humor's weird and bad, these kids are like next level.
something. Yeah.
And so it's like one of the reason I found them is they had an SC430 for whatever reason.
A review.
Yeah.
A review.
Yeah, they don't normally do like
SC430.
their range of videos is not all automotive.
Yeah,
but
no,
it's
that
just
might
like
be their only one.
Yeah,
but it's just some like high school kids in like Alberta. It's like with like a iPhone. The videos are so bad, but like the humor is just kind of funny. Yeah, Unorthodox Unbox.
check them out.
And they're always like, "Hey, welcome to Unbox Unorthodox."
Yeah,
Like,
they even
like,
say
mess
their
up
own name wrong.
It's pretty funny. Like I remember seeing that, and I was like, "Damn, they're funnier than us."
They review everything from luxury cars to fucking cereal.
Cereal box. I was pretty proud of those guys. So yeah, shout out to
Yeah, good job, fellas.
Unorthodox Unbox. Check them out.
Yeah, check out their SC430 review.
Yeah, reviews. See
video.
what- give it a thumbs up.
You'll learn a lot about
See if,
that.
see if you can get through it.
Yeah, tell them Carbros sent them.
Yeah, you should comment and be like, "Oh, Carbros gave you a huge shout out." Huge.
Yeah.
Their subscribers going to go from 36 to like 39.
Yeah.
Where's this bump coming from? Who is a fan? Like, we're a fan.
Yeah.
We're big time fans. Huge fans.
Can't think of anything for this
really?
topic. I mean, a car that everyone likes that I don't like. I like never gave a shit about Camaros. Like even like when did the first one come out? Like 2006, like the revamp. The fifth, the fifth gens.
The first one.
Because they went away in like 2003.
By the first one, I meant the fifth one.
The fifth one, yeah.
2009?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it 09? It was a while.
I think it was a 10.
Whenever
No, but it's
Transformers
probably
came out.
Yeah.
Early to mid.
But yeah, like you got that Press SS one like before they even came out, or like right when they came out.
Yeah.
And like you picked me up from lunch and we like checked it out and I was like, this thing kind of sucks.
Yeah, weren't those really bad
I was
when
like,
they were brand
fuck.
new?
What do you mean?
I kind of remember like the very first rev of the generation Camaro being like pretty bad, and then they like fixed it as the years went
I mean,
on.
it was awkward from the beginning. I don't know if it was bad. It was just awkward.
Well,
as
I
they
thought
all
like
are.
driving dynamics.
Yeah,
and
'cause
stuff
I
were,
had-
like,
you
Well,
know,
it drives, the chassis is the same as like a GTO. That whatever. I forget what it's called.
yeah, but I thought in like 2012 or something they just like fixed a bunch of stuff.
I'm sure they did. But,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I don't know. I don't know if it was bad. It was just.
But yeah,
okay.
like just from the get go, I was like, this thing sucks.
It was just a GTO with like a dumb body. Really?
Yeah.
Not really. I think the
yeah, and-
platform is the same.
but yeah, until the ZL1 Camaro came out, and I was like, all right, that's just nuts enough that it's actually cool.
ZL1 is a cool car.
Yeah.
And I still like the 5th gen ZL1 more than the new one. I mean, the new one's a better car. It's nicer.
The fifth one looks pretty cool.
That 5th one, man. I still, when I see one, I've seen a few 6th gen ZL1s, and it's like, that's cool. And they're probably fast and fun. I've never driven one.
Yeah.
But when I see a 5th one, it's like, oh, hell yeah. Like, those have a ton of presence, even parked. It's like, shit.
You should find one on Bring a Trailer and add that comment on there.
Yeah, they've been on Bring a Trailer.
Are
They
they?
don't do
Oh,
well.
really?
Nah, they're not. And I don't know if they ever will. They might.
Well, we kind of always talk about how, like, the reason a car is not going to be popular is because of the next one is just better.
Yeah. The
Like
thing,
no one's ever going to look back like that was the one.
the thing that is cool about those is that they just, like, the 5th gen look was really neat because it was so fresh.
Right.
I mean, people were taking, like, base SS Camaros to car shows and getting crowds around them. You know, like, that car was a big deal when it came out.
Yeah, it looked like a toy.
It just, the whole Transformers thing, like it or not, it was a big deal. It was
Yeah.
extremely fresh and extremely successful. But the 6th gen is like, yeah, we're tired of it.
Yeah.
And they just like kind of tweaked it.
It's basically gonna be the same thing.
Yeah,
a
it's
little
just like,
trimmer.
It's like, no, that's not a good idea. Like
Yeah.
that wave's kind of gone. And so I don't know. I could see the 5th gen ending up being like the special 5th gens, the Z28 and the ZL1. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, maybe.
And like the 6th gen ones are just kind of But yeah, or I mean, it's better in almost every way. I'm sure it's more powerful.
Well, I think that's why like an 09 Mustang is never going to be like, oh, 09, like that was the peak. Like,
yeah,
because every year they just came out with a better one after that.
Yeah,
like why would the only reason you would buy it like a 2010 GT?
Yeah.
Number one, and it still had the 4.6, and then the next year, like, oh, here's the 5.0. That's like,
oh man, that was
way
bad.
better, and like the car looked identical.
That was bad.
So can you imagine a 2010 GT like
That
ever
bad.
being worth anything?
Yeah,
like ever.
2013 and 14, I think might.
Yeah,
The very
that
last.
was kind of like the last of them.
They look the best. It's still live axle.
Yeah,
Like I don't know. I think those will end up doing pretty well. The Boss and stuff, especially the GT500.
Yeah,
because the new GT500 is gonna be. I just think nothing like that.
it's gonna be pretty hard.
It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
but it won't. I don't think it's gonna be this like drag race special.
No, I doubt it.
Kind of thing like that. It's like that was sort of the last like of that kind of era.
Yeah.
But probably worse. But better. I don't know. Depending on what you want.
Right.
I just reminded myself thinking about that SC430.
Dreaming about it.
Yeah. Lexus used to be a kind of elegant company. Like their cars had some class.
From like the beginning till
from the beginning
2010
till,
or something.
Yeah. Till whenever. And
Like they
people were always, the biggest complaint was like, they're boring.
Yeah, subtle styling. Yeah.
It's very restrained, very subtle, but like dignified
Right.
and like classy. And like, what the fuck happened? I saw a
Predator face.
I saw a really old guy, like really old, like 80,
On
90.
his deathbed.
Just old, you know. I mean, still driving, so great, but like old. And he was in a base, like IS 250, which is clearly a loner while he had his like 03 LS 430 serviced. And he looked so dumb in it. Because it's just this like small, old, sweet old man with like Coke bottle glasses driving this like stiffly sprung, like
The really weird front end.
weird Predator grill. It was like, it looked really out of place. It was like, oh man, that sucks. Just like their cars are so like, I think with that said, I think the IS is neat. Like they've really established that they are a competitor in the kind of young,
Right.
affluent, up and coming, graduated, and you have a degree and like get a car. You know, it's like that's a serious alternative to a 3 Series,
Right.
Isn't Lexus IS? But that corporate front, man, and they're just going harder into it. It's not like, all right,
You guys don't really like this? Here's
yeah,
more
it's like,
of
well, here's more of it.
They're doubling
damn it.
down. Yeah.
Lexus, motherfucker. Like, you like that? And then it's on every car. It's not like, the IS is like immature, but let's leave the old stuff. It's like, no, we're going
That's our face.
full Predator LS all the way up to the LS. It's like, okay, but like,
Thank you.
all right, fine. Like, we get it. You're young.
Yeah,
I
and then you look at
guess.
like a Benz S class, and it's like pretty much the same.
Yeah, Mercedes has done a pretty good job of, because to me the C class is a pretty excellent car.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big fan of like the C63 and just the C class in general. I think it's very elegant. I think it's cool. It's still restrained more so than BMW, but like classy and all that stuff, all the way up to the S. Yeah, and then it's just like Lexus. It's like, because that's who they're competing with, right? They're trying to like show that, hey, we're as good as Mercedes. Like, okay. But I don't know. I think it might be selling really well. I think Lexus, I think it worked.
Yeah.
I think from a
The face.
business
Yeah.
perspective.
So don't ever listen to us once again.
we're wrong. I'm wrong. But like, they look dumb. because like a LS.
It's just kind of like a scream for attention, like Lexus, because they probably weren't.
But
They probably weren't winning when it with to compared to BMW and Mercedes when they were trying to do the same
I
thing,
guess
and they
it's
were
not
like,
what
"Well, we got to
people want.
change turns. We got to just be more aggressive."
Well, it really was just the styling.
Yeah.
Because they were reliable as hell.
Right.
It's not like they stopped doing that.
Right.
I mean, they had all that down. They were just boring looking.
Need some pizzazz.
Yeah, they pizzazzed it. They threw some spice in there. But I don't know. I still, like, to me, an 05 LS 430
Yeah.
is still, like,
Going
kind of a dream car.
Dream,
But a
dream,
lot of people
dream
like
garage
those.
of the 05 LS
Yeah, I'm
430
open about
and,
that
and
one.
the SC430 as your weekend car.
Damn. Then you'll know I've made it.
The ultimate duo.
Dang. Yeah.
Someday.
Someday. Yeah. All right. Anyways.
Do you have anything to chime in with cars?
Oh yeah. I don't know if this is controversial, but I'm gonna say cars that everyone hates that I wouldn't say I like it, but like I don't know what's wrong with it. The PT Cruiser.
Yeah,
Wow.
coming in hot.
Bad answer.
Yeah,
Well, I'm not saying like I like it. I don't think it's like a great car.
I know what you just said.
right. Yeah, you did say you like it.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah,
No, but it's like that's like the like default car that's like made fun of.
People hate on it.
Yeah, like oh PT Cruiser, like oh the worst. It's like
That's true. That is like the most mainstream.
but it's like that's a
car.
pretty like humble car. I mean like it was cheap.
yeah. The market that it's aimed at.
Yeah, and like and
yeah.
when that thing came out in like '98 or whenever that was like it was a very popular like
Yeah,
It was extremely popular.
it was like
It was very successful.
because that was about the time like the new Beetle came out,
Right,
right?
yeah,
yeah, and
yeah.
it was kind of aimed at the same quirky little after. I'm sure there is that crazy niche that people just
yeah, it's just I mean at the time it was a very I mean because it was cheap
yeah.
and like it stood out from like all the other shit that was on the road.
Was it like
Yeah.
built on a neon or
Yeah.
something platform?
Yeah.
I remember like when I lived in LA, I like went to like Ralph's or something, the grocery store, and there was like a PT Cruiser only car meet going on, like
Oh,
40
damn.
cars, and like obviously,
Enthusiast.
like
Well, yeah, I mean, like those people gave it a bad name because they like did a bunch of super tacky shit.
like the average age of that group was like 45, probably.
Yeah.
like there wasn't any young people
No,
there.
no, it was never. But it was just like, I guess it maybe just because old people fucking drove.
Yeah, and
them.
it's, like they would do like the wood paneling,
yeah,
like make it.
They'd be
all
like, oh, PT Cruiser, I fucking God, I hate those.
yeah,
That's right. The wood paneling stuff.
Yeah, I'm like some of that stuff was pretty cheesy, but like I mean, it was a very good product from like a design. Like it was a smart.
yeah.
Like
I mean, Chevy copied it.
yeah, like we have this economy car that's like no one had really done that.
They didn't follow it up though, right?
No,
No, I
They
think
just ended it.
I think it ended in like 08 or 09
yeah,
or
it
something.
had a long run, but it.
They made like a turbo version and stuff, and convertible.
Yeah, didn't your mom have that a turbo PT
No,
Cruiser?
No,
Dang. I
yeah, my
wish.
mom was one of the demographic.
Yeah,
But I mean, it wasn't like it wasn't fast.
Right.
It was just like it's a fucking. It was like relatively practical.
I thought
Like,
they made a convertible too.
but it's just a hatchback. I
I
don't
was
know.
trying to find production numbers, but I couldn't. But I'm sure they made a shitload
Yeah,
of them.
it just seems like a weird car to like hate.
Yeah, it did get a lot of.
Yeah.
It did get a lot of hate.
Brrr.
It's probably smart that they ended it. It's like it came and went.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of what they should have done with the Camaro styling. It's like, no, let's
Move on.
Let's give it another
Yeah.
series. Like, nah, we should.
Yeah. I actually used to see a lot of PT Cruisers in Japan. For some
Really?
reason. Because I think it was because it was
It's
small.
like a very American.
yeah, and like it had the look
Huh.
and was still easy to park and drive.
I remember a Jay Leno comment where he's saying that would be a future classic
I don't know.
PT Cruiser.
I don't know about classic, but
Probably another couple
like
decades away.
it's not a car that I want, but I just for the amount of like hate that it gets is weird.
yeah.
I going off of that, I remember the Prowler.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember like when that came out, like that was like a big deal, or it was an interesting car. Like anytime you
Yeah.
saw one, you like wanted
It's
to
actually
check
kind
it
of
out.
funny. It's actually kind of funny that they were even able to like make that car.
Yeah,
Blatant retro stuff was kind of hot
Yeah.
in that era.
Yeah.
I remember. And I remember being so young that just being annoyed by it.
Yeah.
Because it was like, this doesn't apply to us at all.
Right.
Like, we don't care.
like
at
I'm just
all.
like, did that pass like all the safety crash?
Oh, or sure. If they made it, they must
Or
have.
there was
It's
was
Chrysler.
it just
It wasn't
back
like a
then
special-
that wasn't that big of a.
No, I just had a V6. It wasn't like.
But it had like that exposed front suspension and stuff like that. Like I don't know how.
No, it was pretty. It was
I don't
pretty
know.
Unusual.
Yeah, I wonder if they like couldn't
It probably wouldn't work nowadays.
I wonder if they could. I wonder if like pedestrian, whatever.
Right.
And then there was the Chevy SSR.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That thing.
They,
That thing was like super cool and super lame at like the same time.
And then
that's how I felt about the Prowler.
Yeah.
It's like that could have been cool. But
Yeah.
I was like, here's our like boring motor.
But I think at the time, like Chrysler they didn't have anything.
No.
Like, they didn't even have they had like
They had the 300 still, but it wasn't the new body style.
No, the oh yeah, they had like the front wheel drive.
Yeah.
300. Like the only V8 they made was like a 318 Magnum or something that was in like a Ram.
The Ram truck.
They they didn't even have like the Hemi yet at the time.
Dude, I'm looking at Prowler pictures. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like
It's just very different.
Right.
But it's like, oh, right. But
They
like,
probably
the
suck
motor
to
sucked.
drive.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm pretty sure people have like swapped them with something.
I'm
cool
sure
or
I would
something.
hope
Yeah.
anything.
And then there, I remember like I don't know what year it was, but the Ford Thunderbird. Remember when they like brought that?
Oh,
But,
yeah,
like,
that's
my dad wanted one for a little bit. And I was like, God, that thing looks stupid.
They did look dumb. I thought those were pretty good cars.
I don't think
though.
those things are bad. I mean, that's another one of those kind of weird. Like
Yeah.
they weren't good, but like it's funny that like when you look at it now, it's like Ford is not making sedans at all.
Yeah.
And like, but back then they made all these weird.
10
like,
years ago,
niche-
they were willing to.
Like we're gonna make a weird like 2-door luxury convertible.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know about Ford. I'm not sold on
Yeah,
their path forward. Kind of worries me.
I don't think they know either.
Yeah.
I think they're just getting rid of everything that's not selling like crazy.
Yeah, but are they going to replace it with stuff that will?
I think they
or are
will
just gonna,
eventually. I think they're
like-
just taking a book out of Dodge. Like Dodge just got rid of all their shitty cars.
Well, the thing that worries me about Ford is that their whole approach now is like,
Worldwide.
no, it's like we're a mobility company,
But no one fucking cares.
which is like that's so dangerously trendy and
Right.
lame.
Especially
'cause
when
it's like,
you're Ford. Like you're the
Ford,
biggest.
but it's like mobility, like expand your. And I think what they're doing is reacting to like, oh, Uber and like getting from point A to point B does not look like it did however long ago, and we're
Right.
going to adapt to that. And so it's like mobility is like autonomous car, just all this different stuff. But it's like, yeah, but you're not a company that's good at doing that.
Yeah.
Like you're not. But it's like they're trying to become kind of. They're taking a little bit too much like Silicon Valley Kool-Aid.
The whole like mobility autonomous thing is like no one that I know is like, oh, I need that.
Yeah,
But it's almost it's like the companies themselves have like taken.
we should
they've,
save
like,
this
they've-
topic
yeah.
for. This is a big.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to that.
This is a
later,
big
but-
topic, but yeah, that's kind of a weird one. But yeah, that takes me to like Ford.
Yeah,
it's like,
PT
I don't
Cruiser.
know. Yeah, PT Cruiser. Cars that people like that you don't. Do you have one? Because I'm still not sure.
I have a couple, but it's kind of like the PT Cruiser, where it's not like I dislike them, but like the hype and like culture around them is so hard, like so high. That would be the air cooled 911 and the Mark IV Supra.
Yes,
The two.
solid answers.
Yeah, which
Things you're tired
both,
of.
Both are. I mean, I like both of them, but
They're
like,
just way overhyped.
yeah,
I have never driven an air cooled Porsche.
I've ridden in them.
I'd love to, but my suspicion is that it's like, this isn't that great. Like it's
Yeah.
probably just all feel.
Yeah,
It's
well, that's
just
what
all
that's all
kinda-
people talk about.
Right, but it's just like the most whatever analog means to people. It's
Right.
the most that.
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah, it's like really rattly. Like the steering's like really there's a ton of feedback.
Alive.
You know, yeah, like alive. Or it's just like, is it actually that good to drive? I don't know.
Yeah, like
I really don't know.
yeah, just I mean, especially the 9, just like the culture around the air cooled 911, like.
Well, it's become such a like vehicle for wealth and
Yeah.
investment.
But it's also, but I think it's also popular because it's expensive, but it doesn't look like
Yeah.
super. It's like
It just checks all
it's
the
like
boxes.
I'm rich,
Yeah.
but I want a car that like makes me like kind of rich and tasteful. But
It checks all the boxes for like up and coming rich person who wants to look like they have class. You know, it's just
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
like all you have to do is buy this car and you're cool. You know, it's just like I can see why they're so popular.
yeah, they just and they're not rare. Like there's a lot of them. Or there's like I don't know
Some
how
of
many
them are
there
rare.
but I mean, just in general,
You
like
know. But yeah, some of the stuff.
an air cooled 911 is like,
Yeah,
there's a lot of them.
that one is nuts. Mark IV Supra is a pretty interesting one
Yeah,
too.
we've kind of gone through that, but
We were talking about that the other day. How it's like that car. I truly believe that car. People throw around the like, it's the Hemi Cuda of our generation, and I
Yeah.
feel like I've heard that for like 8 different cars.
yeah,
But it's like Mark IV Supra. I truly believe if there is one vehicle that you could buy today and hold on to for 30 years, and it'll end up being worth literally $1 million someday, I
Yeah.
believe that one. Just because it already doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The value of that car
It's
has
o-
not made sense
ever.
since 2001.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they made sense at like 20 grand when they were that.
Also, do you actually think that the Fast and Furious like actually had a huge impact?
Not
on it?
anymore.
But I mean, at the time,
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Dude, it was like the next day
Was it?
they
Yeah,
were popular.
I remember.
again.
I remember them being because that movie sucks. And like,
But it was
yeah, but
huge
right.
at the time. Yeah,
but,
movie
but I mean,
sucks.
the car is portrayed as kind of like a joke in the movie.
No, man.
I don't
I
think
mean,
so.
no.
I mean,
At the
to
time,
you, it's a joke, but
at the time, it was
Yeah.
like it was.
I mean,
overnight.
I mean, it was
that
already a
car.
good car when those things came out,
It was a good car with a decent following.
and that was only like 5 years later.
What's the like main Supra? Is it Supra forums? Is that like the main? I mean, it's like that was there. All
yeah.
that support was there, and then it was just like seriously in the span of a year.
But I mean, they never could have.
Everyone
I think
wanted
the thing
one.
is, at that time, they would have started depreciating. Like early 2000s would have been the time when they.
no, that's a little too soon because they made them through like '98.
Yeah, but I think by 98 they're pretty.
You know, they still made them.
Yeah, but I mean, normally
Yeah.
a 4 or 5 year old car, that's going to be one. Like, yeah, that's the time to get it.
No, I think they would be because like a really clean turbo 6-speed unmolested stock Mark IV Supra is probably like 60 grand.
Yeah, and it was
70
like
grand.
and it was like 30 back then.
I think it would be like 30 to 40 today if it
Yeah.
weren't for all of the things that happened. Maybe 50 for a super clean one.
Yeah.
But it's like it gave it a legitimate
That just seems weird. I mean, but how come like Eclipses didn't shoot through the roof?
because they're not that good.
But I mean, even relative to what I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that movie actually did. I just find it hard to believe that such a dumb.
It did. It did for a short amount of time. Like the effect isn't there now. It's not. But it's like whatever it did, it just like
When
it gave it a couple years of
Yeah.
just cult.
yeah,
Because I mean, they exploded. And now, but you have kids now where it's just like Mark IV Super is my dream car. And it's like,
they were born in like 2000.
yeah, based on what?
Yeah.
like that's not. It's like. So anyway, you know whatever hype aside, it's just like that's not going to stop.
Yeah,
There's no way that's going to stop.
those people are just going to keep getting older, and
Those people are just going to
More
keep
than
getting
likely have
older
more
and
money.
more money. And it's like, can you imagine 30 years from now, whatever a car show looks like, if they exist?
yeah,
Is there possibly a better car for some 50-year-old guy
Yeah.
who loved Fast and the Furious
Yeah,
to
that's
pull
true.
up in? Like, there is nothing.
Yeah.
There's just nothing.
buy them up, folks.
yeah.
It's yeah. Buy my. Here's a top tip. Carbros top tip. Mark IV Supra.
Buy it.
Buy. Goodbye. But I think they're going to be worth more than NSXs even.
Eventually.
I think they will surpass NSX, which is a superior car from
Yeah.
any engineering standpoint or anything. But it's like, that's just it. That's just going to, you can summarize
Well, the funny
90s
thing is, if
nostalgia
if you
Mark
look
IV
at
Supra.
the Z32 and the Supra, which are like pretty similar cars,
Yeah, blow for blow.
they perform the same. They look
Yeah, they're-
equal,
yeah.
roughly. But the Supra is like worth like 3 times as much.
I think initially that was because of reliability
Right.
and serviceability.
Right. Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with
sucks,
it.
as we discussed.
Yeah. And it's like you can kind of tune a Z. You can get like 500 or 600
Right.
horsepower out of those things without too much effort. Certainly 400 to 500.
Yeah.
But it's like
But I don't think any of that shit matters nowadays.
the ceiling. Yeah, I just mean the story. Because when
Right,
people
right.
talk like, well, Mark IV Super, you get like 1,000 horse. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just like that's the story people
Right.
tell. And it's like that is just always going to be, it's always going to surround that car. Even though you can make a Hellcat have 1,000 horsepower with like a pulley
Right,
swap and like a
right.
blower And it's like it doesn't matter.
Well, the other day we were also talking about the SC300, SC4, which I've always liked those.
Lexus
cars.
SC300
Back to the Lexus
Toyota
SC.
Supra.
How about like the SC300 of the
Literally
92 to 97
drives identical.
Yeah, like suspension is the same. If you buy coilovers, it's the same.
Ton of stuff
As a
swaps.
Supra, yeah.
Same drivetrain.
Same motor.
Yeah.
Just they never made the turbo here.
Yeah. But a non-turbo.
But you can get a really nice one of those for like $6,000.
like nothing. Yeah.
And even an NA Supra.
Yeah, it's like 20 or 30. Yeah. They're nuts. God. Yeah, you sent me a Craigslist ad on like
forest green.
It was like forest green, non-turbo automatic or something Supra. And it's just like, can you imagine how lame this thing is to drive?
Yeah.
Like
especially paying that much for it.
And after you paid like $30,000 for this thing that has like
0 to 60 in like 8.3.
It's just like, man, that car. But it's like we're beating a dead horse. We're not. It's not to say like, oh, let's talk about how lame super pros are. But just like, I truly think that car, investment wise, is
the one.
That's probably going to outperform the stock market over like 20 years. Honestly, if you can get one. Not that I don't know.
Right.
Again, not that I'd want to. Yeah. Those are good answers. I don't know that I like. I don't know that I have one off the top of my head. Miata is not a bad.
Right.
Like everyone
I
don't hate it. I don't hate a Miata, but it's like,
At least they're cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I probably should have like figured out an answer before we started the podcast. To be continued, I guess.
Well,
Ferrari.
I was gonna say I think we all kind of feel the same way about supercars. Like everyone like just goes fucking nuts over a supercar. Like that Monterey Car Week,
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that
and like we just kind of like
that's not right that you're. That's just like not being
into them.
Yeah, I think certain people are kind of wired. I think it's people that don't like cars or like don't know, but like. This car is very expensive. It's like,
therefore,
I'm excited about
Supercars are a very emotional thing.
Yeah.
That's very cool. They're just so much of everything.
Right.
But at the same time, they're like not. I can see why you could be into cars and not care about supercars because they're different.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know. They're like cars for people who aren't into cars.
Yeah.
It's like anyone.
It's like they're made to impress people that aren't.
They're made to impress anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone
Yeah.
can appreciate. Look at this wild design
Yeah.
and whatever. But it's like, you can like also not care.
Right.
Like, if you get really into it. Which kind of blows people's minds. Like, oh, is that like a cool car? Like, it's
cool.
It's a McLaren.
Yeah.
And they're like, what?
Well, it was just funny because the Button Willow event we went to. There was a P1 there, like a McLaren P1, like the $1 million. Now it's like
the go-kart.
The go-kart track, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't even remember what the owner. I never talked to him.
I didn't
But
either.
it was like one of the slowest cars there because you just can't do anything. And obviously the driver.
I gotta drive that thing like 2/10 around the track.
In a way, like if you buy a supercar, like you can only lose. Like you can't you're never gonna like do better than expectations.
Yeah.
You're only gonna disappoint.
Yeah.
Well, if you have enough money to own one and own it properly where you just don't care
Right.
and you like actually just enjoy it, then who cares?
Right.
Well, just the
People
amount of
think.
skill required to drive it how it's meant to be
Properly.
driven. Yeah. It's like that guy. I mean, he's trying his best, but like, he's going off corners and.
Supercars are kind of like, they'd be like, man, I'm so into basketball. And then like someone's like, oh, like, do you like the Harlem Globetrotters? It's like,
They're really good.
Like,
did you see him beat up on the general?
yeah, you're like, I don't know, kind of. Like, what? Why don't you like this? It's incredible. Like, he just like, he yo-yoed the basketball from half court. It's like, that's not basketball. Like, like everyone can enjoy this because it's like circus. It's a circus act.
Yeah, well, it's like if you take a McLaren or whatever to the street races, it's like what's in it for you? Like if things go normally, you'll beat a bunch of cars, and if things go bad, like you'll be like the fool.
Yeah,
that,
some
like
guy's Civic with
right,
nitrous walks you.
You don't really have anything to gain.
You have to like leave. Shameful. Yeah. Well, I'm going to come back to this in the future.
Circle around.
I promise you guys, I will figure out a car that I don't like that people like. It'll be really good. Yeah. What's our time like? I feel like this.
Like about 40 minutes. Yeah.
Feeling that. A little shorter
Short
this
and
time. Sorry.
If Coin came prepared, it would be,
Yeah, we would have been in the 50-minute range if I had like ranted about how I hate Jeeps or something. Hold on. Yeah. Anyways, go buy a Mark IV Supra.
Yeah.
Pool your money together. with
And
your
a PT
friends.
Cruiser.
Yeah.
A couple PT Cruisers just for good measure.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for hanging out. Thanks to all our patrons. Hi, guys.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Carl.
Cool. Yeah, what's up, Carl? And see you next week.
Bye-bye.
See ya.